Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Randy back with another fragrance video, aka Fragrance Dude. Before I get into the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, as well as hit the bell. It really helps out my channel. Thanks for joining me again. So as I said, over the weekend I was going to every rack store there is. I was going to Saks, I was going to Nordstrom's, I was going to Macy's, JCPenney, Sephora, Louis Vuitton, and all that. And I did. Tested out a bunch of niche fragrances. And if you're new to my channel, I cover every new release designer fragrance that there is. Whether I get a bottle or a sample, I will try it out, I'll test it for a week, and I'll let you know. And I'll do a first impression video, and then a follow-up a week later to let you know the full review of it. So the three that I have yet to cover, because my Macy's didn't get it in yet, was Invictus Platinum, Eternity Summer Days, and Jean Varvatos Artisan Teal. I went out this weekend, I was able to test all three of them out, and I can tell you all about them, but in this video particularly, I'm going to be covering Invictus Platinum. So if you know anything about me, I'm not a big fan of Invictus. I mean, I like them, they're good, but would I pull most of them compared to other fragrances? No. Invictus Legend was okay. Invictus 2018 Aqua is good, but I prefer Rosacea Vos. There's Invictus Victory, but I like Armani Code Profumo better, but I do like it, and I would use it as a random pull. So I wasn't really looking forward to this, but at the same time, I like Paco Rabanne, so you never know what's going to come out. So it's advertised as an aromatic, fresh, spicy, green, and woody fragrance, and some of that I agree with, some of it I don't. I will give you, I have the tester right, that was the other one, right here. I will spray it on this piece of paper and then give you the note breakdown. So on Fragrantica, it says there are 6 notes. The top notes are absinthe and grapefruit. Mid notes are mint and lavender, and the base notes are cypress and patchouli. So this fragrance really confused me. Yeah, I can't understand this. So in the opening, there's 2 fragrances that this reminds me of. In the first 10 minutes, it reminds me of a Bad Boy Cobalt, which I've told you in the opening, I love Bad Boy Cobalt, but this one is less fruity and more cloyingly sweet. So it takes that Bad Boy Cobalt, it mixes in some of that original bubblegummy sweet DNA from the original Invictus, and that's what you get in the opening. It has a little bit of mintiness in there, but it's light, and then it gets a little bit heavier. And then once you start to get to the dry down, or into the dry down, the Bad Boy Cobalt, which I compared back then, the opening, to a similarity to 1 Million Lucky. But when you get to the dry down of this one, it is 90% 1 Million Lucky. It is literally, and they are in the same brand, same line, so I really don't understand it. If you took 1 Million Lucky, you took that plum note and dissipated it, and then you, instead of the plum note, you added in a little bit more synthetic woods, a little bit more of this green mint, and some of that Invictus bubblegummy sweet DNA. So I was at Macy's. I wore 1 Million Lucky the day before I went out to Nordstrom and Macy's. And I went to Macy's by myself. My daughter and my wife went elsewhere. I sprayed this on my skin. I let it sit on there for about 15 minutes, and then I left and I went up and met up with them. My wife and my daughter at the same time both told me that it smelled like 1 Million Lucky. That's one of their favorite fragrances. They said it smells like a sweeter, more synthetic version of 1 Million Lucky, and I 100% agree. That is what you get here. And so for those people who haven't smelled 1 Million Lucky, or haven't smelled Invictus or Bad Boy Cobalt, you might like this a lot. And so I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance, it's just you're in the same, it's almost like they're taking 1 Million Lucky, they're discontinuing it because it was kind of popular, and then they're trying to give more attention back to the Invictus line now that they're losing the Invictus Aqua by taking that DNA from the 1 Million Lucky and putting it into the Invictus line. It's just, it's not bad at all. It's just redundant. I don't understand it. I would rather have 1 Million Lucky than this. I would rather have, even though I don't like the dry down of Bad Boy Cobalt, I would rather have the Bad Boy Cobalt than this. This lasts about 6 to 7 hours. It's not bad at all. It lasted on my skin. It projects moderately, about arm's length. It is nothing special, nothing out of the box. If anything, it's more redundant than any release I've seen, at least this year for sure. There's not much else to say about this. It's a aromatic, it's a woody, slightly green, sweet, slightly fruity fragrance and cloying. That is what you get here. It's not a bad fragrance whatsoever. It's just I don't get that absinthe. I don't get that grapefruit. I get lavender, I get mint, I get cypress, I get a slight bit of patchouli, but it's more of a synthetic sweet patchouli instead of an earthy patchouli. So really at the end of the day, I don't really have much else to say about it. I'm just really upset about it, about the fact that a brand would do that, just release something that smells so similar right after another fragrance was released that smells so similar. I mean, at least Bad Boy Cobalt was trying to do something new with this dry down. If you are new to fragrances, this might be one that you might want to try out. But for anybody who's a collector, this is one that I would think you should pass up. So that's Invictus Platinum. That's the reason I didn't pick it up, and I feel like that is a well-deserved reason. So thanks a lot for joining me. I'll be back in a week, and I'm going to do these first impressions separate, but I'm going to do the review, the full reviews, all together in one video. So I'll be back in about a week with that, and I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.